is it possible to coach the person and the problem? I think so. It's interesting that in the world of coaching, coaching the person is placed at a higher level than coaching the problem. And there is something to that. If you want to have deeper, more transformative work occur through the coaching sessions, then probably you want to coach the person. However, if you're able to coach the problem and the person, then clients may see you as even more valuable. And here's why I say that. In my executive coaching practice, I often work with clients on solving problems. They come to the session with a problem in mind that they want to work on. And if they don't leave with a solution by the end of the coaching session, they may feel unfulfilled. On the other hand, they don't usually come to the coaching session saying, I want deep transformative coaching about how I see myself or how I see the world. That's generally not what executive coaching clients are looking for. So I have to deftly integrate coaching the person into coaching sessions as the opportunity arises. Recently, I met with a pro bono client, and we talked about a situation that they were facing as a problem. They're looking for a job. They're a recent graduate, and as many recent graduates in America, they're having a hard time finding a new job. What they came to the coaching session with was a problem, which is they don't seem to be able to articulate their past experience into meaningful stories that will have an impact on the interviewer. All right, that's a problem. So as we talked through the coaching session, what we discovered is a framework that they might use to put their stories through so that it's impactful and succinct and sounds good. I didn't create the framework. Through the coaching session, the client did. So it was coaching. Where did the person get involved in that session? Well, here's how. There was some limiting belief going on about the value of past experiences. Could my past experiences as a student translate into meaningful contributions on a team in the workplace? That's a limiting belief about the power of their experience. Working through that is coaching the person. So here's what that looked like. As we talked through the story, the limiting belief surfaced. And I said something like, what makes you think that that experience wouldn't be valuable on a team? As they confront the reality of that question, they start to realize that being on a team for a school project isn't really that different than being on a team for a work project. And then as we talked through what they contributed to the team a little bit more, we discovered that there was ownership, accountability, action orientation that all came about as this project unfolded in school. How does that apply to a team and to the workplace? As they worked through these various applications, they came to feel more confident. And I noticed that, and I asked about that. And they said, it's true. I do feel more confident because not only do I have this framework that I can use to filter my stories through, but I also know that my past experience does apply, that it can make a difference. And that makes me feel better about the next interview that's coming up. So in this session, we coached the problem and the person along the way. So keep this in mind as you think about coaching the person. Most clients don't come to sessions looking for that. They come looking for a problem solution. Along the way, you as an astute, carefully observant coach who's really paying attention, highly focused, really present, bringing silence into the session where you can think and the client can think, will find ways to coach the person. And they'll appreciate it and they'll embrace the opportunity because You're not forcing it onto them as much as it just naturally surfaced in the conversation. I hope this consideration of coaching the person and the problem helps you to think of your approach to coaching and how you might deepen your expertise in coaching your clients. If you want to really go deeper with me, then consider joining the Center for Executive Coaching, where I serve as a senior faculty member. I lead online classes most weeks of the year. I run virtual seminars a few times a year, and I also lead in-person seminars a few times a year. Lastly, I also provide mentor coaching to small groups of 10, 4 times a year. So I'm highly involved in the Center for Executive Coaching and have supported the training and certification of many executive coaches over the years. If you think you'd like to learn directly from me, then visit my blog site, BayAreaExecutiveCoachTraining.com, and explore the options there to do just that. I also have lots of resources on that website to continue to support you as either a new or aspiring executive coach. If you have questions, email me at michael@BayAreaExecutiveCoach.com, and also consider following my company page on LinkedIn. Search for Bay Area Executive Coach and follow that page to get additional resources and support, as well as access to me with your questions. Thank you very much.